Hey everyone, it's Gilliam here and I'm back with another top items video. Now in the last video, which you can find in the description, I went through 5 items that I think every player should have. Now some of the comments did roast the video for showing only cash shop items, which is fair enough. That is why we have come up today with a top items not included in the gem store, and I did promise on a video like this after the last one, so here it is. This is the top non-gem store items every player should have. The first item on the list is the Leyline Energy Matter Converter. Now this item can be obtained by defeating the Mouth of Morgemoth meta in Dragon Stand in less than 20 minutes. The Leyline Energy Converter is a quality of life item that allows you to exchange currencies you earn in the Heart of Maguma maps for other currencies, as well as other items such as bags of obsidian, for example. Now this item will build your currencies over time and requires no effort other than a few mouse clicks every day. Completing the metas from HOT will give you enough currencies to use this item almost every day. All you gotta do is keep playing those metas, and of course you would anyways, otherwise why would you have this item? To unlock the tabs to gain more options, you can find the requirements here, and I linked the wiki page for this item in the description. All you need is currency from the maps, which you can easily gain by again doing those said meta events. Now the second item is the prototype position rewinder. This item can be purchased from a heart vendor in Sand-Swept Isles. Once you complete the heart, you can access the vendor options. This item is very useful for all chest parking, especially in areas that have multiple chests. The first skill, once activated, will save your current position, and you can move up to a certain distance and grab other chests before clicking the skill one more time to rewind your position to the original starting point. This is very useful in places where chests are located a bit further from each other, so you can grab all your chests and then rewind your character back to the starting point that you want to keep them parked at before swapping to another character. Now the third item or items are the Ascended Material Converters, which can be used to convert your Dragonite ore, Inferior Fragments, and Bloodstone Dust in exchange for some goods. The following page here show all the tasks or achievements that you need to complete for all types of converters, including the ones I just listed. If you have stacks of any of the 3 Ascended Materials mentioned above and feel a bit shameful for destroying them, well, look no further than these converters to get some value out of them. Bonus, and yeah, this is kind of cheating. I know I said no gem items, but this page also has some pretty good converters that I have to just mention. The Zytaffy, Snowflake, and Candy Corn Gobblers here offer various XP boosts that can be stacked up by consuming the items they are named after. The best one I highly recommend you get is the Candy Corn Gobbler, which stacks 50% XP in all game modes, Magic Find, and Karma, along with some other buffs to go along with it. Back to no cheating. The fourth items are the Gathering Tools. Now in the long term, you may want to get the unlimited Gathering Tools that I mentioned in the last video, because as you guessed it, they never expire. But for this video, you can get ones that are going to cost you just about some silver, which can be bought from vendor merchants. And the quality of these are as follows: copper, iron, steel, dark steel, mithril, and auric alchem. Now each quality of tool can only harvest materials of its tier or below, with the auric alchem tools able to harvest all tiers. These are basically your budget tools that can help you get by until you finally give up and swipe that sweet card for arena and buy the unbreakable gathering tools. If you save gold on the side, you could just convert them into gems and then get them that way. That is also fine. You can also buy some tools from merchants such as volatile or unbound tools that have a limited amount of use, which you can find all information and where to get them in the page link down here. For the volatile or the unbound tools, you get them from the merchants in the respective season maps. For example, volatile magic is season 4. Unbound Magic is season 3, so you can find them from those vendors. The fifth item is the Mystic Forge Conduit. Now I wouldn't call this item a priority, but it is really useful to have if you happen to need it and don't want to leave a current map to go back to a city. And in cases where you are testing some forge results, but you also need to be on the map that you are on. Item number 6 on the list are the Living World Season Portal Tomes. Now, these portals are very convenient for newly created toons that still haven't unlocked a lot of the maps in the game, but you want to play on them. Now, to use an entire season's portal tome to its fullest potential, you do need to buy the scrolls from each individual map in that season with the currency of that season. Example, going to vendors in Season 3 maps will offer you the scroll in exchange for Unbound Magic. This 4 maps will require Volatile Magic. Icebrood Saga has an exception where the vendors will take Karma. So once you buy the scroll of a map, it is stored in the relevant season portal tome and you can access it from there at any time. Now the next item are the 32 slot bags, and there are plenty of ways to get 32 slot bags and most are expensive, but they are needed if you want to avoid having this mess. Yes, I know I have 32 slot bags and I still have this mess, but that's just creating art, let's be honest. If you want to increase the amount of space to create more art, you're going to need them. The ones I would go for are the reinforced Boreal Trunks. You can unlock the recipe by completing Master of the Ancestral Forge achievement. You need to get many of the restored Boreal weapons, which you can buy or craft them, either way works. You can unlock the recipe for the 20, 24, 28, and 32 slot bags while doing this achievement, which you can find a list of the recipes and achievements also linked with a wiki link below. The main holdup with all types of 32 slot bags are the Supreme Runes of Holding, which you need 12 of each to finish a bag. So that's well over 100 gold. So over time, you can use the bag recipes to slowly upgrade the bags as you go. For the Boreal bags, you will need Eldry Ingots and Eternal Ice Shards. The full link, again, you can find it in the wiki below, and the full link for the achievement as well. So 32 slot bags in general, I would say, are again one of those long-term projects. You don't want to prioritize them, but they are something to eventually work towards. So if you're someone who doesn't need that much space right now, this is not on your priority list. This is for people who are already at that point where they need to increase the capacity. And of course, they are relevant because you do need to buy more character inventory slots, and I understand that that is a gem store item, but again, this is people who are already at that level and need these items. Now the next items, speaking of priorities, are the permanent contracts. Again, I'd rank these really high on quality of life, but then I would not say the same for priority, simply because just like the 32 slot bags I just mentioned, these are very expensive to obtain. The permanent bank is the best on this list, in my opinion, simply because it gives you a sort of more inventory space while being able to access the bank and deposit things while on the map. So it's kind of like an additional inventory of sorts. The perma trading post is second, as I can't count the amount of times I probably needed to buy something off the trading post and use it instantly without wanting to go back to a city. The permanent merchant, in my opinion, is not that necessary, as most maps have a vendor of sorts that you can kind of do the same thing anyway. And the endless upgrade extractor, it is a quality of life item for extracting infusions and upgrades. And again, a lot of these items aren't a high priority because of their cost. So it's more of a long-term project to work towards should you want to, or if you are a player who is at that point in the game that requires these items. And of course, a bonus to the permanent self-style hair kit. If you are a Fashion Wars player, I guess that is a top priority for you. So yeah, that's it. Those are my top non-gem store items that I think every player should have. And I know there are some more items I might have missed on. Example, the White Mantle Portal device, which is a great one for non-Mesmer players. But if you have any other suggestions, feel free to comment them below and let me know what you think about this list. And if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribing for more content. And if you have any questions, you can comment them below as well, or you can catch me on twitch.tv/guildmm. I am live on the following days, so you can stop by, say hello, and until next time, I will see you when I see you. Take care.